Hello, everybody. Xerix again. I'm not doing like an ongoing recording for the series or anything, but I just wanted to log, the experiment, the project that I'm doing because I think it's really cool. What I'm doing in Pokemon MMO is what I call a RocketLocke, and the rules of this are pretty simple. I started Kanto. Step 1, I catch a Rattata. Step 2, I release my starter. Step 3, I put on the rocket outfit, which I did have to send to this account from my other account that is able to buy off the GTL. So we got suited up really quick. We were over in Viridian City when that happened, and from there, the only way I'm allowed to acquire Pokemon is by stealing them, in quotes. So I am not allowed to breed. I'm not allowed to catch unless it's shiny, but I'm not allowed to use shinies in my challenge here, just for collection purposes. And yeah, basically I can only acquire mons by beating other trainers and taking their Pokemon. Well, how, Xerix, do we acquire other people's Pokemon by stealing them in a game where we can't steal? So there is a little bit of prelude knowledge you need to know. And it's that you can't deceive people into trading you Pokemon into thinking you're going to trade them back and then not trade them back. That is against the terms of service of this game. So, how the heck do we get people to give us their Pokemon? I've essentially been role-playing as a Team Rocket member, and I am battling people, telling them that these are rocket parts, and we are on the rise, and it's time for them to battle up. After I get them in battle, I tell them the rules are if they lose, they have to hand over one of their Pokemon. Now, this is all really funny. Practicality-wise, maybe like 1 in 4 people I've beat in battle have actually given me a Pokemon. But that's still 1 in 4. That's pretty good. Because you can see I have a full roster here already. This is the only Pokemon on my account with my OT, actually. This is the Rattata I caught on Route 1, and by God, some of the garbage I've been getting, I am grateful. I am grateful for neutral nature and decent IVs on this thing. Hey man, if I have to be fast, I can click quick attack. It's rough out here. My Pokemon are not good, but I do want to show you how I acquired some of these Pokemon, and go through some of the memories that go with them. I have to pull this back up so I can show you my pictures here. Bingo. Hoot was actually my first recruit. As you can see, OT Fishy in a Bowl. This is the first poor soul I robbed over in Viridian City. I believe I got my Rattata up to level 10 before I beat his ass to a pulp. It was really funny. I tried when my Rattata was like level 7 to beat some fools. Did not work so well. My Rattata was very weak compared to even like a level 6 starter. Unless I got some crazy RNG, it was not going to happen. And if anyone had a second Pokemon, it was bad news bears for me. Anyways, the second Pokemon I got was an Oddish. And at this point, I realized I was really lucky. This was also in Viridian City. Axel Flare ZZ, thank you for this Oddish. It is still very much a part of my team. I realized almost immediately after getting this Oddish, this gives me Sweet Scent, which is incredible for hordes in PokeMMO. If you don't know, you can attract swarms of Pokemon, or is it hordes? One of the two. So you can battle like 3 or 5 Pokemon at the same time. Now, once I get a move that can actually hit all of them, like Surf or something later on, that's going to be super helpful for experience training, which also is going to be greatly slowed down by the fact that in Kanto, you get the experience share by talking to one of Oak's aides after you have 50 Pokemon registered in your Pokédex. And if we close this real quick, I will show you what my dex looks like. It's at 18. My starter, Bulbasaur, is the only fraudulent part here, right? But he is released. He is gone. I can show you in my PC later. Actually getting 50 owned Pokemon is going to be pretty tough. I might have to go through some of the other Pokemon I've stolen and evolve them just for Pokedex completion purposes. Holy crap, I've logged a lot though. Yeah, these are some of the Pokemon people use to beat the crap out of me, essentially. Like the Serperior and whatnot, Gallade. You never know how strong someone is when you challenge them, alright? I'm not here to defend it, I'm just here to report what's happening. Because I think this account has been really funny. And I've had a lot of fun with it. Back to the slideshow of sorts. This is just going through my folders, my pictures folder of what I've recorded of the account. Here is actually the moment in which I bullied this person into giving me, what was it, the Hoot Hoot. So, my first recruit, I think he actually thought it was kind of funny that I was going to leave him alone after he gave me the Hoot Hoot. And that's what happened. Anyways, here's the Oddish from Axel Flares. This is sort of how the conversations have gone. Very funny, very funny. I've refined my craft over time, and you do have to sort of toe the line between harassing people and doing something that's entertaining, right? I'm not here to try to harass people or make them feel like they're being bullied into giving me Pokemon. Obviously, not everyone's going to be in on this. I'm fucking role-playing as a Team Rocket member, right? This is ridiculous. You don't expect us to see this in your video game. But here I am, right? Anyways, here's the Pidgey. This is my third recruit. I am not using it anymore because I realized I had too many normal types on my team. Poor Sap lost this to me. Anyways, it could be nice for my second region if I continue to do this challenge account. And this is photo evidence of me stealing the Pokemon from this guy. Anyways, let's not fixate on that for too long. Next is the Butterfree that I got. This is my fifth recruit, or recruit 4? Yeah, fourth recruit, my fifth Pokemon. This thing had dog shit IVs, and it was like a total of like 15 or 20. It's awful. It is compound ice, so it could be useful in the sense that like sleep powder could be useful in the future for just being a catching Pokemon. I did not see it as useful for a story playthrough. Next, I got a Mankey. I was really hyped about this. I didn't have a fighting type yet. I'm actually not using it because this was not a good Mankey at all. And I kind of wanted like a grass, water, fire core. And I've sort of locked myself in. I didn't write it in as a rule for the account originally, but I've retconned it. My Raticate, or Rattata, my starter, is not allowed to leave my side, at least in the region that I'm starting in here. So I will have to continue to use it. I will have to have it as my follower. I also think it's really funny when you're running around town, having a Rocket uniform on and a Raticate as your follower. It wouldn't make sense for me to have like a Slowpoke or a Ponyta, for example, or a Gloom as my follower as much if I were a Rocket member, right? So it's going to be my Raticate, my trusty pal since Route 1. Next, I actually got a Meowth. I believe this guy was actually a Team Rocket sympathizer. Yep. This was really funny because I think this guy actually kicked the crap out of me. But he ended up giving me a Meowth because he thought it was a very Team Rocket-esque Pokemon. So I obviously had to record this since it's on the account. I wanted like photo proof of where it came from and whatnot. This Space Wi-Fi guy was really funny. Or Space Secrets on this account. He must have caught it on his other character. But yes, this was a Team Rocket sympathizer. They are out there. We're coming back. We're strong. And yeah, you better watch out. You want to be on our side of the law. There's also another Team Rocket sympathizer that ended up sending me a couple Pokemon. I was having a really hard time this day on the account. So I actually really appreciated this. I didn't know how to feel about using Pokemon that had been gifted and I hadn't fought for, but I did realize, you know, the whole point of this project, this account that I'm running, is to be a social experiment, right? And if there are Team Rocket sympathizers out there, who am I to deny the gifts they bestow upon me, right? So I'm not using the Krabby. I might at some point on like second region or something. But the Slowpoke is in my party, and I have been putting that to good use. Next is the Ponyta. I was really excited when I got this the other night. This sort of sums up the experience. He's like, "What do you want?" And I'm like, "One Pokemon. I won fair and square." Further up in the chat logs, I told him that's the rules or whatever. Again, not that I can enforce that by any means, but he did end up saying "there" after trading me a Ponyta, and that's how I acquired this one. I'm still using it right now. I think I skipped over 2. I did not. Next, I got a Pikachu. I was really happy when I got the Pikachu. I wasn't expecting someone to hand me a Pikachu. You know, in the anime, Team Rocket's always after Ash's Pikachu. I wasn't expecting someone to hand one over. But, yeah. I'm not super excited about Pikachu, but I did steal it. And Recruit 12 was this Psyduck. This guy only had 3 Pokemon and didn't want to give away any after I beat him, but he did want to honor the request that I had, so he went over into the grass next to the city, caught a Psyduck, and traded it to me. So I thought that was really funny. That was a cool moment. Someone actually gave me a Riolu at one point. I decided I'm not going to use this. It was actually pretty decent. And I had just gotten to Cerulean City at this point. It's level 42. I couldn't even control it if I wanted to. But this is where the Soothe Bell came that is currently on my Raticate. I think I went through all of that. Yep, that's all the recruits so far. I think I got a second Pikachu. Yeah, I don't know if that was captured. Anyways, back to the account. Currently, I'm using my companion Rattata that I started with. It is now a Raticate. I'm still using that Gloom that I'd gotten. My first recruit, aside from my starter, Noctowl. So the first 3 are still with me, actually, which is pretty cool. Neutral Natures I'm grateful for. Quiet is actually pretty good. Gloom's a really slow Pokemon. I intend on making it a Sunflora at some point. And it's also very slow, so I'm kind of dealing with garbage Pokemon here, but it's starting to come together. I've got a Slowpoke, using this guy that was from the Team Rocket Sympathizer. I was really excited about the Ponyta. I just got done doing some training with it. That has some decent IVs, and the Meowth I'm actually not using all that much. It does have Payday, so it's more of like a PvE type thing that I'm doing. If I need to make money, I can use that. It has Technician, so it's not too bad in combat. But it's got Cut right now. I'm literally just using this to traverse between areas where I need to use Cut or maybe make some money. And that's fine. I can only have 5 members of my team, notably, when I'm like fighting people and trying to steal their Pokemon. And the reason for that is when someone trades you Pokemon, I believe you need space in your party for those Pokemon. So when I'm just running around and, you know, trying to force people's hand into forking over their precious Pokemon, I've got these 5 with me. And then I start to blackmail random people on the street and, you know, do the Rocket thing. Anyways, I'm actually about to head over to Rock Tunnel and start making some progress there. Here's the rest of the Pokemon that I had shown off. The Pidgey's now a Pidgeotto. I did some training with it before I dumped it off the team, realizing I had way too many normal types. And I couldn't do shit against certain Pokemon, right? 2 Pikachus and a Psyduck. Psyduck's... I'm pretty happy about this most recent recruit. Probably going to use it for the next region. At this point, though, I just need to make some progress here. Head over to Rock Tunnel, Lavender Town, all that business. I don't have rules against using the GTL or anything, so I will be able to acquire items that way, such as a Sunstone. So once I beat my 4th gym, which should be soon, we could be looking at a Blossom here. And aside from that, yeah, of course, with GTL privileges, I'm not allowed to use Pokemon from the GTL, though, so I can't just buy the solution to the problems that I encounter on this challenge account. Alright, one final note before I go out and continue to try to make a dishonest living. I did find the screenshot of the first Pikachu I got, and I was really hyped about this, so I'm going to share it with all of you. Also, I think it's just important to record that, because I'm trying to do that for everything that enters my account. I was really happy when I got this. I'm not using the Pikachu. I'm not able to get a light ball right now. Unless maybe I tried to do some Thief's shenanigans. I wasn't super excited about it, since it's adamant and it can't have Volt Tackle, because I think that has to be bred on. But, yeah, here's that. Good luck out there, everybody. Watch out for Team Rocket. We are on the rise, and I hope to see you all again in part 2. Alright, seriously, thanks for watching, and have a nice day, everybody.